Hi guys, so today we're going to learn how to administer a digital running record with Classkick. So for my purpose, I went ahead and used my class from Teachers College, the assigned running record levels that we have. And I went ahead and thought, what's an easier way to do this, right? We want to know where the kids are, especially virtually, but how do I do it in a way that's authentic and something that's kind of a little bit more relaxing for kids to do? So what I did first is I downloaded the PDFs that I needed and I pressed the plus sign. There I did create from file and I find the PDFs that I want right here. So I did all of that. I open, and what it's going to ask is, you see all the 27 pages. So just make sure that you want the ones that you have all the ones that you need. You would press import all, and then it says import PDF. So what's great about this is that it converts the PDF pages into individual JPEGs or pictures. And you can delete the ones that you don't need if there's too many. So like right here, everything looks good. So then I would press finish, and then my my images are here now, my converted PDFs. So once we're here, the students are now able to move it around like that. Well, actually, no. As a teacher, you would be able to move it around. For the students, it would be locked into place. So everything that you create on the master is actually locked. Then I went on to further add the instructions for our particular type. So then there's always instructions in like a pre-story before the actual story. And I can also record myself right here so that students can go ahead and listen to that, and they click on it. They have any questions. They listen to the story, and they're supposed to keep reading until they hit this line, 100 words. I put a little GIF in here to kind of remind them to stop and drop their recording. So here's where they would, since this is movable, their recording, they would drop it here. And this particular page goes on for, there's something else, so they have to keep moving to the second page, read silently, and then stop again. After that, they would have to answer the comprehension questions. Now, because this is not my property exactly, I'm going to go ahead and just write question 1 and 2. There's actually 4 questions that they have to answer. They have the option of either recording themselves or typing it in. Again, the students cannot move any of this because it becomes like a picture. It becomes locked. Of course, this still moves and stuff, but it's great for the students so that way they don't get distracted and are moving everything which way. They can highlight if necessary. Just do things a little bit more relaxed fashion. Then when you have time, you would go back and see their records, right? I would go to assign. I would assign the roster to the kids that I want to, so I could say my morning class. Making sure that I turn off the grades or helpers or whatever. And then I would press on view work. So here I can find that individual students and the level that they did. Now, there are a variety of ways to do this. You could definitely get this PDF and like split it, like only have the Classkick assignment for just L, just for M, just for N. Now, I went ahead and did it all in one just for time's sake. And then I can go further and separate them into certain levels so that the students, when they get it, they don't have 20 slides to look at. They just have the selected slides that I want them to do. It's up to you. The great thing is that there's a variety of options to do with this. Now, how the student would actually do it and how it looked like is I'm going to use my fellow Classkick coach's video. Miss a Paperless Classroom, she's on Twitter, and she actually got this idea from her. And here's an example of what she did.
I thought some here in business can be very large. Most tended to be small.
So as you see, she's pausing it and having time to write her notes and miscues. She pressed play. Go back again.
Owners run a parent.
And so that's a great way of how to do it fast and easy and to do it in your own time. After you're done creating like a mass template for perhaps your campus, you could press share and share a copy with colleagues, either using your email or a link sending it to them. You can also duplicate them back into PDFs if needed. You can move them into a folder to organize them. You can also, when you're sharing, this is assigning students to the class code. So a variety of options, and Classkick is a great way to do this. A disclaimer though, if you do want to link with your Google Classroom, you do need to have the Pro feature. Um, but if you want to create a roster to have kids able to log into the same slide every time, you can just create their lists yourself. So do you see how I have 3 Alexas? I would just go ahead and take off the one. Yes, like I could go this and I could just create their usernames for them. So maybe if I just want to use their student ID number, I could, and have students inform them to say, please make sure you're using your student ID number. Please make sure to use your first and last name. So that's a way to make sure that it's consistent and that students aren't creating various profiles over and over again. And come back. So that's one way. That's one workaround I found for that. And then making sure that you also have other possibilities here. You can also create, a new roster or import from Google. But again, this is only if you have Pro. And if you want to create an assignment, actually want to create an assignment, you can go to Browse Assignment Library and see what other teachers have created. See, by grade level and for subject. I will also say that on Classkick on their website, they do have a section for remote learning. So if you have an LMS that you're using for your district, you can go here to remote learning and get some more examples for virtual teaching here with some great teachers. And also you have videos about how to embed it into Canvas and Schoology if that's what you're using. Backgrounds and other templates for here for you to alter. I hope that this encourages you to use Classkick and that this alleviates one headache for you.